did a previous YouTube video, probably a couple years back, on this lot of engravings that I bought out, and I paid about $880. Since then, we've, cleared several thousand. This piece alone sold for $550. I wanted to take a video of this piece just because I feel like I probably won't see this one or one like it for a long time. Now, the scale of this is probably hard to tell. It's about 3 feet by 2 feet, 2.5 feet, 2.5 feet by 3 feet. So this is an engraving. It's signed under here. In Latin. And that's actually pinned on there. So this is a pretty amazing piece if you think about the detail and time it went into engraving the plate that pressed into this paper. And just like, look how muscular that baby is. Like, babies back then, they were just fit. That has nothing to do with the artwork, but let us ponder that. Is that Michael Jackson? Is that Blanket? Could be. Oh, passing them off. Wow. Just circling in the corner now. $16.10. Very cool. And so this is actually, we have two plates, two separate plates that were done, and then these were pieced together. Here on the back side, you can see that there's some penciled writing, some number. This was probably from the Estatesale company that I bought it from, 17. They marked it that. And then under here we have probably an owner at one time. And then again, another scribble. So it's always important to check the entire piece because it can have potential information on who previously owned it, if it was part of a collection. So many factors. It's harder when it's framed, actually, because you can't see if it's signed, or maybe it's hard to tell if it's an actual signature versus something that's printed on there, or if it's a piece done later by an understudy or something like that. But you can usually grab details off the edges of the artwork, type that into Google, and figure out if that was the original artist or someone under them that reproduced it. This piece, I think, dates back to 1610, as it's printed on there. We have in the listing what all the details about it, so I should have probably just referenced that instead of just winging it, but here we are. It's in fair condition, so you can imagine if this was like pristine, this may have gone for several thousand or higher. So condition is a big factor. Authenticity is another one. So the way that you can see the texture of the actual engraving is the telltale sign. If it has texture, like the front of it is raised, then that's That's your golden ticket. Now, it's super... Dealing with any type of art is speculative because the market can go any direction based on the subject matter, the artist himself, what the piece is made out of, where it was made, so on and so forth. So I never recommend using comps as a benchmark, really, unless it's something that's like active or it's Picasso, you know, then you can probably use comps as a pretty accurate point of reference. With these older engravings where I had little to no information, I just went off my gut and did a bulk price. So I ended up paying around $7.50, $8 a piece. It's all about keeping your eye out for the image that strikes you, art that speaks to you, and quality that holds its value and grows over time. So I hope there was some nuggets in here that help you take a chance on some artwork. I know it's not the most popular category for resellers. Kind of seems like people that do it know a lot and do it really well. I don't know that much. I literally know some pretty surface level stuff, and I'm able to do really well on it. So you definitely can do well on it. You know, it's again, it comes down to hitting on the keywords and making sure your price point going in is not super high, so that if someone, you know, sends you the bailout offer, you can take it and be okay and move on, learn from it, and experiment with different pieces. That's the fun of it, is getting to appreciate the art, but then pass it along. You know, it's really cool history. So, all right, guys, gals, have fun out there, and let me know what kind of art you've bought and what you've done well on.